Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of ELL Plus with me, Hongyu.
And me, Shahir Kindy. The headline in this week's program.
It's a new decade and a new year, and Croydon Council are trying to increase the well-being of their boroughs with the new 2020 health campaign.
News of Australia's bushfires have had a profound effect on the sewing community in Hackney.
The NHS said that men donate far less blood than women and are asking them to stand up. January is for many the perfect time to start doing more to improve their health and well-being. Many welcome 2020 with some New Year's resolution to become healthier.
But it can be a struggle to keep these, so Croydon Council is helping residents make the fresh start and reach their goals more easily with their 2020 health campaign. Ilaria Cafaro has more.
Be your best self in 2020. This is Croydon Council's mission as part of the ongoing investment in community services. The aim is to address health issues related to bad eating habits, not exercising, and especially smoking. Almost 2 in every 3 adults living in Croydon are estimated to be overweight or obese. This is higher than the London average. In the UK, almost 15% of people aged 18 and above smoke cigarettes, which means that around 7.5 million people in the population are smokers.
The New Year, New You campaign was launched purely because we wanted a place for residents to come to find out more about healthy living. We launched it in January purely because people love to reboot their lives at that time. We're finding that people are receptive to it and are keen to come on board.
The Live Well Croydon programme includes dedicated advisors based at health hubs around the borough.
83 millilitres of tar, that's the amount of tar that will accumulate in a smoker's lungs if they're smoking 20 a day over 2 months. Really sticky substance, and that's what gives a smoker their cough.
Making healthier choices may not be easy. This is for many a good time of the year to start with the best intentions, and Croydon's Live Well service helps and supports residents to reach their well-being. But everyday life may put to test even the strongest wills.
At the moment, I vape, so I think that's an improvement because I was a heavy smoker.
I'm trying to eat better.
I do smoke, yes. I will eventually get there to give that up. There's 2 of us, so we can help each other.
The service is open to all residents. Everyone who lives and works in Croydon can be supported throughout their New Year's resolutions. Ilaria Cafaro, East London Lines, Croydon.
News of Australia's bushfire and the tragic effects they have had on wildlife have touched the hearts of many over the last few weeks. A craft studio in the borough has been making special clothing for kangaroos, bats and koalas to help the injured animals feel secure after being burnt out of their habitats.
There has been good news today, with rain in some of the affected areas. Australia's bushfires have lasted for months now, taking an enormous toll on wildlife. Coughlan reports.
Hundreds of bushfires have burnt across Australia, killing at least 28 people and killing almost 500 million animals. Many more were injured. These are the worst fires in the country's history.
It is easy to feel helpless in the UK when looking at the situation. However, in Hackney, this quirky little craft studio here behind me have decided to take action. They're holding workshops to teach people how to sew clothes for injured animals. This came after they saw an appeal online from the Animal Rescue Craft Guild.
Brooke Dennis set up the studio last year. She holds sewing workshops here. She had the idea to use classes to make special clothing for injured animals in Australia. People made bat wraps and joey pouches from old bed sheets and pillowcases. The idea is to simulate mothers' wings and to wrap injured and orphaned bats so they feel safe.
It's obviously a very severe situation, and it's something that's really common in Australia, the bushfires. And this year, with my family being in Australia, and now I just learnt this morning that my friend can't go outside because of the toxic smoke, and the fires are 2 to 3 hours away, which is seems a long way away, but like that's my people and they're in danger. And I remember when I was younger watching the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin, on TV, and he was looking after these baby animals that he'd go after the fires and collect them. And that was something that I watched when I was like 10 or 11 years old. And I saw this come up on Facebook and I was like, oh, it took me right back to that moment where I was like, the animals. And then it didn't take long for me to find this group, this organisation, and they were doing this. And I was like, I can do this myself because I'm going back to New Zealand at the end of the month and I can take this stuff with me. However, now the stuff that we received and that we made is just so much that we've got other people taking stuff to Australia.
Many charities in Australia are asking for financial support, but for those who don't have the resources, this is a great way to support the cause.
I heard about what was going on. I'm from New Zealand as well, and I heard about the need for these little pouches and everything, and I thought this is a good way that I can provide some hands-on help. I was actually cutting out things because I'm not a great seamstress, so I thought I'd be more suited to doing some shape cutting, so I kind of cut the patterns out before they got sent over to the machines.
Indeed, the project became so popular that the craft studio did not have enough sewing machines to cope with the demand. Ellen Coughlan, East London Lines, Hackney.
You're watching ELL Plus with me, Hongyu and Shahir Kindy. We're going to take a short break, but stay with us.
See you in a few minutes.
Welcome back to ELL Plus.
We're now heading over to Ibrahim Banat in our newsroom for an update on what's on our website.
So this is our first week running East London Line website. Let's meet the editor of this week, Jason, to see the recent updates and how the things are going. Hello, Jason.
Hi. How are you? This is our first time running ELL website, and we have already covered a few stories. The first one is from Ibrahim about transfer news from the Crystal Palace, and then we also have news from the Croydon City Council. They have started a Live Well Croydon 2020 to help people to start 2020 better. Next week we're going to move to the Hackney, and there's an exhibition about the old printing history in the Hackney, and then we also covering a story about the Canary Wharf Winter Lighting Festivals. That's probably about it.
Yeah, thank you very much. See you next week.
See you. Bye-bye.
Goldsmiths College has put on an exhibition for the public about a group of domestic workers. The exhibition explores the life of migrant domestic workers working in private households in the UK.
Our reporter Ellen Coughlan is there now. Ellen, what can you tell us about the exhibition?
Well, Shahir, it's called My Home Is Not My Home here in Goldsmiths University of London. The installation is made by the Voice of Domestic Workers in collaboration with Tasia Kloblinska from Goldsmiths College and Joyce Yang from York University. The exhibition and video installation gives a unique and intimate insight into the hidden world of exploitation, abuse, strength, and community. Through the powerful imagery and moving installations, photography, as well as documents, this exhibition invites us into the lives of thousands of migrant domestic workers here in the UK. The exhibition runs until the 1st of February, and there will be a screening and discussion in Goldsmiths College on the 22nd of January.
Thank you, Ellen.
NHS Blood and Transplants needs more men to donate blood to ensure a strong pool of donors for the long term.
By the end of last year, 10,500 women became new donors in Greater London, but just under 8,000 men joined. The target for 2020 is to raise the pool of men donors by 26%. Delfina Mocorrea reports.
The men of Lewisham are being encouraged to make a New Year's resolution to give blood. 70,000 people in London donated blood, including 2,700 in Lewisham. The NHS has since revealed it's desperate for more male blood donors. Last year, in the Greater London area, only 43% of the new blood donors were male. The NHS is keen to offset the current gender imbalance and end the possibility of a future crisis.
The campaign is targeting men as they are important donors for many reasons. They can donate more frequently because they have higher iron levels on their blood, which can be used in more ways. For example, men's blood can be used to give newborn babies complete blood transfusions. Unlike men, women produce antibodies during pregnancy, which makes their blood more complicated for some types of treatments.
The Sickle Cell Society has started a campaign to encourage black men of Lewisham and South London to donate blood, called South London Gives. Kevin is a volunteer at Sickle Cell Society who gives blood as often as he can.
Target audience is men, really. That's what we go. We go for almost everyone. I think as a human, of course you can give your time, your money, but for me I want to give more than that. And that's why I wanted to donate blood, because it's doing a lot more than, because I'm concerned about sickle cell as well, because it's a really, really strong disease in a way. Like, people suffer through this every day. And if I'm able to donate even more than my money, my blood, I was more than happy to do it, because I feel connected to the people doing it as well.
According to the NHS Blood Donation Service, it's quick and easy to sign up to donate blood. The procedure, they say, is simple, and there are thousands of donation venues across the UK. Most healthy people between 17 and 66 years old can be donors, but not everyone is willing to do it.
Never thought about it because I know that a lot of people have passed out afterwards.
I donate blood because I used to work with children with cancer, so I realised how much blood and platelets we use, and I donate blood every 16 weeks when you can as a woman in the UK.
It's such an easy way to supply the health service that does so much for everyone.
NHS needs 1.6 million pints of blood per year, making this campaign even more important. Delfina Mocorrea for East London Lines, Lewisham.
That's all from us today. Join us next week for another episode of ELL Plus. Goodbye from me, Hongyu.
And me, Shahir Kindy. Goodbye for now.